Alright guys, we get the radio showed up, the batteries showed up. These are just batteries. Because I never got my computer RAM, Amazon gave me, oh yeah, so you want me to cut this way. Anyway, Amazon gave me a $10 only credit. My interesting thing about that credit, the batteries were $9.77 and they didn't charge me any tax for their sold by Amazon, shipped by Amazon stuff. So I ordered, I don't know how many it is, 8 or 10 batteries, Amazon batteries. Okay, this is how I've seen the radios shipped in the past. Where they would plasticky them. Baofeng uv21 upgrade ham radio, 1 high gain antenna full kit. Why do they always call it a uv21 upgrade? And they don't even ever tell you what the radio is. It's always the same thing. These guys are really nice at packaging something, but it is always uv21 upgrade. That's what they call it. Always. Get some good tape. I try and open these to where like I can shove them back in the bag later or whatever. Some kind of issue with the shipping. But yeah, let's drop the fucking thing trying to open the bag. I don't know why they put them in a bag. Maybe in case something weird happens. But I think if it was in a flood or something, I don't really think it would do anything helpful. So, this is what the box looks like. It has no markings on it whatsoever of what it is. This is kind of traditional. Why do they have so many different boxes? The one we got the other day, they look like this. Can they not stick with a standard format or something? It's really wild. I don't know why they do it. And it's not called a UVR or UV. It's like BF? Why is it called a BF? That don't make sense. So here's the radio. Remember, you never want to get a radio that has a battery attached to it. That's not normal, okay? You always want to look to see if there's fingerprints or dirt or signs that the battery has been in and out of the radio. Okay? It's against the rules and regulations for them to ship a radio with a battery attached. I've heard them actually try and tell people it's the opposite. Think about it. This radio could accidentally turn on with the battery and cause a fire. They do not want the battery shipped attached to the radio. These are things that you can look up. There's rules, international rules on shipping and also airplanes involving lithium batteries. So this is very much like what you would get your uv21 with. Inside the box, looks like the typical uv21 package. We have the 2 antennas, which we're going to test right now since we already have all the stuff out. We get that one. We get that one. We get a USB charger, a screwdriver for the battery, a really horrible screwdriver. It's probably one of the worst screwdrivers I've seen, other than ones I've seen with like jagged castings. The USB cable, I can't tell how long it is, just looks like your typical thing. The chargers no longer have wall warts on them. They continue to think everybody wants these earpieces. I've never used one. I think I tried one on one of the kids' little radios. All right. Let's make sure we can see what we're doing. So I'm going to test these two antennas that just showed up, since we just did a video on this. The Nano VNA is sitting here, and it's ready to go. Now, these cables do have an effect on these. So you can calibrate it for the cable. It's usually a good idea. Alright, we're looking at 120 to 500 megahertz. Like Jim was saying, there's probably some resistive components going on in these too. Let's see here. Okay, well, it doesn't look good at 120, which is great. We don't want it to. First dip is at 146.6. This antenna appears good. Okay, we have 1.3 ish at 146,600. It actually has the dip at 150. We go all the way up to 154. It's still below 2 to 1. 144 or 142 is right about there. So we should be pretty good on that band. Maybe probably better than some antennas on 220. The other dip is going to be not good on, I guess it kind of depends on how you move it around and hold it. So it's better on 2 meters. 420. Alright. So this would probably be, even though it looks like a crappy antenna, it'd probably be okay to use for the most part. Let's see how this new... and these are also shipping from a Brie. So this should do just like the one we did yesterday. The Bries have a little bit tighter of a connection too. Okay, the Brie looks pretty good on 440. Wow. Yeah, this would work fine on gmrs. Not great on 220, but we expect that. 155, 150. Not good on 2 meters at all. Let me see if I'm just holding this thing funny. So the dip is at 120 on this one. That's how the other one looked. We get 3-to-1 SWR on 146.6. So, not a good antenna. So, other than that, I guess it's time to look at the radio. Leave the big antenna in the bag and get something else. These are not good. If you're going to be on 440 or something, you know. So first of all, unless this is like Jim said, basically a dummy load, this would be the better antenna to use if you're going to be primarily on 2 meters. Technically, I bet this one probably works a little better, but it's also making the radio work harder. Alright. So there's the radio. Go ahead and take a look at that. They apparently got some little crap behind the plastic display. Now, like I said, leave this plastic on here because if you want to sell the radio, somebody's going to think it's almost new. You can use it. It's got nice buttons on it. The gray and black is kind of nice. As I suspected, the PTT is hard plastic. And there's some really nice secondary buttons. They could have went the extra mile and made that rubber, silicone. It's got a nice snap feel to it. uv21R, but manual calls it a BF21 series. I don't know what the M means. But I think they just make up a lot of the information. Now you see how you can see the yellow emitter? That looks a lot like the other one that we were testing the other day. So you have the two-tone color. You get two pieces of plastic kind of put together. I think it actually snapped in or something. I don't know how they make it at the factory, but it looks nice. But there's signs of seams. I've had other Baofeng radios that were two color and they're like cast separately and funny looking. Okay. Battery claims to be nothing. It doesn't claim anything. It just says high capacity. It honestly, the battery on the tidradio feels heavier than this radio battery. Okay, we got USB port. I'm gonna go over to my other charger really quick because I just want to see if it will charge from a USB-C to C cable, and it does. So some of these radios you can't charge with a double C. So if you have like one of those black chargers that has a, you know, the new C protocol. Okay, so overall, shouldn't remember what the price was on this. I mean, overall, actually, it's I think a pretty nice build. So So I don't care for the screw-in batteries at all. Not my thing, guys. Don't use our screwdriver either. You'll booger up the thing. It's not even the appropriate size. This is meant to use a coin. You're going to be less likely to damage or put nicks in the screw with a coin.
Welcome. Channel mode.
Yep, looks like your typical radio. So I don't really think we have anything to see here. Let's go.
Menu.
Okay, so the firmware is let me see, where's the Baofeng? See how they put this one on here? They didn't get any bubbles in it. Maybe somebody
Channel mode.
did a crappy job at the other factory.
Menu.
Firmware version 14, hardware 01. So basically, I don't think it's 0.14, I think it's 14.
Menu.
This is running an older firmware. Same hardware.
Cancel.
Okay, same hardware, different firmware. Alright guys, so
Frequency mode. Channel mode.
that's one of the things I wanted this for, is to have that button.
Frequency mode.
You can go back and forth to A and B.
Frequency mode. Channel mode.
You get a menu button.
Menu. Cancel.
Back key. I bet this does something else. Nope.
On. Off.
Alright, well, pretty normal. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not small, so it's about the same size as that one. Looks a little nicer though. So that's it for now. I will do some more testing and let you guys know what I think.